All right, welcome. My name is Sam.
My name is Sarah. And guys, we're missing a third member, unfortunately, because he's at the market. You know, he had to buy some focaccia rolls. I don't know what other thing he's buying.
Had to buy it. So, wait, yeah, honestly, what kind of bread would Jack be if he was the type
You
of
know, I feel like Jack, like on the outside, he appears to be just very basic and white, right? But he loves his metal music, kind of spicy on the inside. So maybe like, I don't know. I don't know if he'd be a bread. I think he's more so like a pastry.
Yeah, yeah, I could see that. I'm trying to remember what Shannon said that he was in like a different. She said she had compared him to one at some point. I don't remember
Oh,
what it
I
was,
think I missed it. I was
but
that in the episode?
it was like a few episodes ago. But I like and maybe pastry, like maybe one of those like ham and cheese croissants. Expecting has the stuff inside.
That's so funny. Like a chocolate croissant.
Oh, okay, yeah. But it's then it's like spicy chocolate randomly. What about Dale? What kind of bread is Dale?
You know, I feel like Dale is bread that people like to eat on the couch when they're feeling lazy.
Oh yeah, the couch boy. That's what he called himself this episode, wasn't it? And he's
Exactly. Also, insider info, we have like the Snapchat group with everyone, and Dale just always sends couch boy snaps. At least for like the first year after their
yeah.
season, it would just be him doing like the most random stuff, and he'd be like, "Couch boy," and so that's his self-proclaimed title, is
Oh,
Couch Boy. So
I
you know what? Maybe Dale is like the crumbs that you kind of see on the couch. Like he's like the breadcrumbs.
breadcrumbs like inside the couch.
Exactly.
It's like old, like very old breadcrumbs.
Exactly. Yeah. They're old. They're like a little stale,
But
but
then you eat them and you're just like, whoa, this is insanely good. Because
yeah, you're
everyone
like they're
loves
still
Dale.
good. Yeah.
Maybe he's like those little, those like mustard pretzels. Little,
That's like my favorite snack.
yeah, I was gonna say like maybe he's like those, like the little bits of them, and but like
Mm.
maybe they fall on the couch, but pick it up and it's pretty good. I love
That's so funny.
Shannon's whole bread thing is so funny. I love her for that.
Yeah, she said Katie was a focaccia roll,
Yeah.
which by the way is a great kind of bread, I must say. It's one of my favorites.
But I guess you can't have loose focaccia rolls, running around. That'd be part of a sandwich, I guess, according to Shannon.
So would Nate be like a green bread? So Nate's favorite color is lime green. Would he be like a moldy
Yeah.
slice of bread? But
Oh
Nate would never stand for that.
no,
He
he
would
wouldn't.
never be moldy.
He wouldn't get moldy. He'd, like how there's green eggs and ham, like maybe
Mm.
a kind of a spin-off. There's also green bread, and then Nate would be that.
Or like bread dyed green for like St. Patty's Day. I could see
Oh
that
yeah.
being Nate.
Yep. Yeah, it would fit so well with like Ivy's whole Mardi Gras, like,
Yeah.
and then Nate would be like the dyed bread.
Exactly.
Nice.
But what would Matthew be?
Ooh, Matthew. He'd be like a lion animal cracker.
We're not even talking about bread anymore. It's just
It's really just
snacks.
like, yeah, I mean, it's like bread like.
It's like kind of bread. Yeah, would he be like one of those animal crackers that has like the pink and the white ones that have like the extra frosting on the outside?
Yeah.
Or would he be like a plain one?
Mm.
I kind of feel like he'd be a plain one.
I think that he was a frosted one in his first season, but now he's kind of trying to
Mm.
play, and maybe he's like, I'm gonna take off that frosting. I'm just gonna kind of fade in the background a little bit.
But okay, so that actually brings me to the next thing, which is like how he thinks he's like kind of in a really good position. But then Shannon was like, he's at the bottom with Kat.
Yeah, she that like hierarchy of like the top and bottom of Tokidoki is pretty funny. Like,
Do you think she's right?
I mean, yeah, I definitely feel like Shannon and Dale. I think she put herself and Dale at the top, and I feel like that's definitely true. Like they have the most connections, and like Ivy and Jackson are up there with them. I feel like Matthew, like I don't know, Matthew and Kat, like Matthew's on the bottom in a way, but I feel like he's definitely still way above Kat.
No, I agree.
Has like alliances, like him and Dale have their Mad Men thing.
Yeah, because it's like for Kat, she's at the bottom because this is her first time playing. Everyone's like, she doesn't really care. So she's a goat. But Matt, I feel like, is on the bottom because he was too much of a threat and he wanted to like not be a threat. And so he toned it down a little too much. And that's why he's at the bottom. So it's like two completely different reasons.
Yeah, exactly. I think the thing they do have in common, though, is that both of them are not playing the best social game with the rest of Tokyo. Especially with like Matthew changing his vote at the last tribal, which we can talk about more. It definitely seemed to hurt his trust with a lot of people.
Now, would you say that Kat is aware that she's at the bottom? Like, do we think Kat is more self-aware than Matt at this point?
I feel like Kat, yes, she knows she's in the bottom and she does not care.
Okay. Whereas Matt like kind of thinks he's not. Like I think Matt thinks that other people might think he's at the bottom, but that he's not.
I think that
you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I think that's true. Like I feel like at the end of this episode, he definitely knows he's on the bottom to the extent where he thinks he's gonna get voted off. Like maybe he thinks he's even too much on the bottom at the end of the episode where he's like, they're all voting me off. Like, you know, Dale and him have this whole meeting where it's like, Dale's like, we're on the bottom, Matthew, like me and you, blah blah blah. So I feel like Matthew goes through a thing where he feels maybe a little bit too secure, and then he feels like more paranoid than he actually has to be at the end.
Right.
But I do think that Kat has a better perception of where she stands with the tribe than Matthew, because Kat does not care, and she knows she doesn't care. She knows everyone else knows that. Like, it's kind of funny.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Dale is struggling to survive. It's getting too tough on the island. You know, he doesn't have his wife, which clearly means he can't do anything.
Let's see what I love. Dale has so many characters at this point. He has like Couch Boy. He has Danger Dale. He has
Grandpa Dale.
Yeah.
He has Can't Survive Without Ann Dale.
Yeah, that's the Couch Boy.
Oh, is it?
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, the couch. Then he has does he have like Mardi Gras Dale or something?
He has like Drag Queen Dale, which I don't know if we've seen yet. I don't know if that one's. I just know that Dale loves to dress in drag sometimes. He's very intriguing.
Yeah, Dale is definitely a fashion icon of the season up until.
Oh yeah.
There's a costume for every occasion.
Like after Nate in the lime green comes Dale.
It's true.
Well, actually, no. I'd say after Nate with the lime green, and then after Ivy with the Mardi Gras.
Yep.
Comes Dale.
And then also there's Jackson's necklace. That's got to make a little special mention.
Wait, what necklace? The immunity necklace?
Yeah, he really love his immunity necklace.
Honestly, yeah. Like when you win that thing, you kind of just want to wear it the whole week.
Yep. Yeah,
because it's not that. I mean, maybe for Jackson, like he thinks he's gonna have it a lot, but like it's kind of rare to get that thing. So you want to treasure every moment.
I know. Meghan's like, can I have your necklace, Jackson? He's like, you can have your necklace. You can have something special to me. It's very special. I'll give you a different necklace.
Oh my gosh. That's so funny.
Yeah, I thought it was funny though, like you're saying, like Dale had this confessional about like, yeah, my wife is gone, I can't survive. Which, by the way, this guy's like 28. I mean, how has he been? How's he been this long?
Okay, but look, he's been with his wife since high school.
It's true.
They've been together since high school, so I think that explains why he can't survive.
That's actually nice.
Yeah.
Plus, think about it. Dale's resourceful. He's found 2 idols. Like he can probably scrounge up, find enough little food around the house to survive. I bet.
Yeah, like this man's can find 2 idols without like any clues, but he can't find any food in the pantry.
Nope, just as rice with water. Ivy is like, Dale is a threat. He's gonna win the game. We need to take him out.
Okay, but like what I think a lot of the audience is annoyed with is that like everyone's all talk. Like they were like, yeah, we're gonna make a move. Like we have to get Dale Jackson, whatever, out. But then it doesn't happen.
I know.
And I think that's frustrating.
Yeah, I guess I'm curious, like, what do you think that you know, Ivy or Shannon or some of these people should have made a move this week or last week? Like, do you think that it was
well, the longer they wait, the less numbers they're gonna have to make that move because they're voting out people who would be their number.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like all the El Norte people who are desperate right now, like they're the numbers you need to rally against the big dogs. Like if you were like Shannon or Ivy, you use Nate, Meghan, and even like Katie.
Yeah.
And like if you're like Shannon and Ivy, you can also pull the girl card and bring in Kat.
Mm-hmm. It
You
seems
know,
like Kat's gonna do whatever Shannon says at this point.
exactly. I feel like Kat still kind of believes in like the Ivy, Shannon,
Yeah.
her girl trio. Like that's when you make the move before it's too late. But then the issue becomes like, I feel like somehow Dale would find out and he has two idols.
Exactly. That's the thing too, is like they don't realize that Dale has two idols. So I probably don't also realize the urgency. Like it's funny because it reminds me a little bit of like season 2 and when we were playing and like how like my knowledge that Jack had two idols made me like really nervous because I was like, if Jack makes it to the final 6, like he can just play them both in a row, like automatically be in the final 4. So that in my mind, I was like, final 8 or final 7 is the last chance to make a move on him.
Yeah, but literally no one knows that he has two.
Exactly. No one in this game knows that both of them. Which honestly, at this point, like, why would you not? I feel like you got to be suspicious about who.
Yeah, I feel like there hasn't been a lot of idol talk, to be honest.
Yeah.
Do people think that like people were voted out with them?
I feel like they kind of think that Matthew has it.
Yeah, like they tried to flush it, right?
Yeah, they must have really. I guess it makes sense because Matthew did find the clue in like that last challenge where he had his arm up and he ran for the clue. But I don't know. There's got to they know there's 3 idols in the game. Like Lisa had one.
I feel like they're not thinking about it enough.
I know. Yeah. It's interesting. I mean, Dale's definitely thinking about. I feel like Dale. One of the things I do remember Dale doing, and maybe this hasn't been talked about as much in the edit, is I think he did make every effort possible to like make it seem like he didn't have the idol. Like he was the one that was always saying like, "Oh, we need to split the votes in case of the idol." And he was the one that was like always kind of openly paranoid about Matthew.
Right.
Like I think Dale did a lot of things.
Tactic.
Yeah, to really make it appear like he didn't have it and like make it seem like he was really nervous about idols.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. But the thing is that it just makes it super hard to blindside him now because somebody is going to slip up and let him know or try to just be honorable and be like, yeah, we're going to get you out. And like Shannon seems to have a hard time betraying people. Like she even had a hard time betraying Jack and she's even closer to Dale. So like I honestly like think it would be super hard for her to blindside one of her close allies like Dale.
I know. But
that would be iconic.
It would be. I feel like it's interesting because at the same time that Shannon's saying that, she's also very much like
she's aware.
Yeah, she's aware of like that like Dale and Jackson and like the guys having this control, and she really doesn't want them to. And I do give her a lot of credit for, Katie going home last episode and Shannon kind of like gaining some control. I think a lot of people thought that like, okay, great, now Shannon and Ivy can make a move with Meghan now that they saved Meghan, but they just go right ahead and vote off Meghan. So
right.
And I think you kind of see at the beginning of this episode that things are not as much what they seem. Where apparently there's this deal that Dale and Jackson and Shannon and Ivy had, where okay, we'll get rid of Katie first if Meghan is the next one to go.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of like the deal we made where, okay, we'll get rid of Bree first if Abby is the next one to go. Where it's kind of like, take out one of our people, but then you need to take out one of your people next. Like that kind of thing. So it makes sense why Shannon and Ivy would want to keep like Dale and Jackson trusting them by voting off Meghan. But Yeah, I definitely see like time is running out to make a move.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's already, isn't the finale in like 2 weeks?
Yeah, this is final 7 after this episode, so there's only
I just feel like 8,
yeah.
7, 6, those are some prime times to
You
make a
really
move,
should
you
be making
know?
a move around there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it looks like I don't know. I would say Ivy looks like she wants to make a move. She has
Oh, for
Nate,
sure. Like,
like a
definitely,
second number to her, and
like,
I'm like,
people want to make moves. I just think they
mm-hmm,
end up chickening out.
mm-hmm.
But I don't
Yep.
know. Um, oh, I want to talk about the challenge,
Oh yeah, the
the
chat.
worm challenge. So I've never tried this before, but for some reason I think I'd be good at it. Is it actually that tiring? Like they were exhausted.
Yeah, they looked exhausted. I don't know. I mean, I thought it was funny that Kat wasn't that good at it, even though she's in the army. She's like,
Well,
oh,
but she explained. She
she did.
explained though.
She
She
did.
was like, because you like I have to use my arms, you know. Look, I used to have to army crawl on the ice. Like for figure skating, they made us army crawl on ice where there's like
Jeez.
not a lot of friction. But like this is I guess this is not even really an army crawl because
Wiggling.
it's more like wiggling. Yeah. And you know, Dale was good at first, but then because he's kind of old, you know, he couldn't do like the second round.
Got gas.
It's too much.
Honestly, Jackson just blew everybody out of the water in this. Like it wasn't even.
Yeah.
He's just the biggest snake by far. You know who else is going to beat Jackson in the snake challenge?
That's so funny. Although honestly, okay, snakes don't even move like that. Snakes move like that. He
Yeah,
was moving more like an inchworm.
he was. He was. They'll call him a little slug boy.
My favorite thing was when they zoomed in on Nate and he was literally just laying there like, I'm not doing this. He was just done.
I love when and Jackson was like finishing the challenge, and they're like, Jackson, Dale's catching up. He's catching up. And Dale's like, not even close.
Dale's like, wait, maybe if Anne was home, Anne is Dale's wife, by the way. Maybe if Anne was home and had like fed him some more.
It's true. Dale does not have the new.
And he wasn't just eating rice.
That's got to be it. It's got to be. That definitely
Yeah.
contributes. He's not fueling himself up.
Exactly.
So Jackson wins the necklace. It looks so great on me. No one else can pull this off like that. No, Megan cannot have this necklace. It's a special, a different necklace.
Oh my God.
Megan,
Megan, she really wanted him to give her the necklace. Well, let's think about it. What if he had given her the necklace at Tribal?
that'd be funny.
What would have happened?
I think Nate would have just went home.
I mean, that's like dumb.
Yeah, I mean they would have probably.
And then he would have lost everyone's trust.
Yeah, if he did, I mean, if he did it without telling anybody, then yeah, they would have all been like, "What are you doing, Jackson?"
Yeah.
I don't think. I mean, yeah, it would not have. I feel like it. Yeah, it would have been Nate. Maybe they would have thrown some votes on Matthew or something. But if the thing is with Jackson, like, I don't really understand what his whole alliance with Meghan was about. If like near the
Maybe
end,
jury?
well, Meghan needs to just go now. But if it was for the
Then
jury,
it's like,
he should have been nicer to her.
yeah. I just feel like Jackson's not the type of person who would turn down any meetings. So it's like if she reaches out to him, like he's gonna meet with her, right?
That's true. I just felt like they consistently had like they were telling each other information, and like Meghan seemed to be someone that would have been loyal to Jackson. Like after Katie just went home, who was like very loyal to Jackson, why is he like eager to vote off another person that's loyal to him at Final 8? Like when Meghan could help him later down the road, and he has a vote steal too. I guess
that's true.
I know. I guess it's tough because like the El Norte people, they're just getting picked off one by one. Like, what are you gonna do? But it feels like a bit of a wasted opportunity for him to like spend so much time with Meghan and then kind of just be like, oh, I thought it was funny. He had a line where he was just like, yeah, don't worry, Meghan, you're not going. You're not gonna go home. You're not going home. And like, so Megan's going home. It's definitely gonna hurt. You know, her, not me.
That was really funny. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's definitely gonna hurt her.
This
Oh
guy,
my god, he's such a villain.
he is. Now it looks like Megan's a goner, begging for the necklace to stay alive. But then there's all this fallout from Matthew and what he did last tribal when he changed his vote from Megan to Katie.
Yes.
For yeah,
He changed it to ensure Katie goes home. But now everyone's like, he's so dumb. Like, now we don't, like, he did that to gain, like, one person's trust, but then he lost, like, all of our trust. Maybe in Matthew's head, he's like, okay, I'm going to gain at least one jury vote by gaining
yeah.
Megan's trust.
I thought it
But kind of an interesting move.
Yeah, I thought it was funny how Dale was like, "This is a -3 move. You gain one person's trust and lost 4. It's not -3."
Yeah.
Math. I think I don't know. I think people were really like shitting on Matthew for this move when if you really think about it, like from Matthew's perspective, I could see what he was doing. Like he wanted to get Megan's trust and he wanted to make a move on Jackson at Final 8, which I don't know. It was kind of like brushed over a little bit, and Jackson won immunity. But I think Matthew was gearing towards making a move against Jackson and like use Megan's number for that. But I just feel like he didn't need to change his vote. I feel like maybe that gained a little bit of trust with Megan, but I don't know if it really. If Matthew, we'll say he went to probably 4 and said, "Okay, Megan, it's going to be 4-3. You're getting 3 votes. I'm voting for you, but don't worry. Like I'm just doing it so that way I can like." Maybe he could even say like, "I'm voting for you. That way, my alliance trusts me more, and it'll help me to blindside them." Because I feel like him changing his vote, all it's doing is he's losing social capital to make a move.
Yeah, but you know what it is with Matthew? He sat there for like days, drawing out all the plans and planning out what the positives and negatives of every move is, and this one came out on top somehow. So, like, it may not make sense to us, but to him, after all his charts, it made sense. Because there's no way he would just make this without thinking through all the possibilities.
He definitely, that he has all the plans, all the whiteboards.
Exactly.
And here, I think the thing is, where he went wrong is, like, he then told everybody, "Oh, yeah, I did this. That way I could gain Megan's trust." And then they're all just like, "Okay, well..."
Yeah, he shouldn't have said that because that doesn't benefit anyone else.
And and even then Dale said, "Okay, maybe you could say, like, I was doing that way Megan will work more closely with me and you." But if Matthew's going to say that to everybody, then it's kind of like, I think he got a little bit caught up in, like, he was gearing towards making this move, and then he decided not to make the move, and then it kind of just, like, now Megan went home, and he also, like, and, the end is -3. He lost a little bit of trust with Jackson and Shannon and Dale. But
right.
I guess, though, he didn't go home. I mean, they still, like, protected him. We'll see what happens in the future, but, like...
That's true. Well, because he's a meat shield.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh.
So, I don't know. It's tough because, like, I don't know. Even if Matthew did want to make a move on Jackson, I don't know where he would have gotten the numbers to do that. Like,
that's true.
He was kind of gearing towards a move that I still don't know if it would have actually worked. But I like that Matthew's trying, though. I mean, like, as much as people, shit on Matthew for some of the stuff he's doing, it's like you have a lot of people in the audience are complaining about, like, wow, some people in the season aren't doing anything. It's like, I guess I'd rather have somebody be making kind of, like, risky or, like, questionable moves than, like, not doing anything at all.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But
I mean, yeah, like, chaos is better than nothing.
It's good TV.
Mm-hmm. And then, okay, so the classic scheduling conflict comes up. There's always somebody some season that makes the challenges difficult to plan.
Mm-hmm.
And this season it just happens to be Nate because, theater kids have rehearsal till late or something.
Yep.
And what producer snitched on him, by the way?
So I'm pretty
sure. It was probably Cooper.
It could have been. I kind of think that it was, from what I remember at the time, it was kind of well known among like everybody. Like I don't know why Nate decided, was like, oh, it was a producer that said this, because I think that like Nate was very open about the fact that like, oh, I'm going off to rehearsal, or like, oh, I can't do this, blah blah blah, I have rehearsal.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think that all the contestants knew that he had rehearsal. But
Honestly, oh yeah, it's probably because Kat was like a producer told me,
yeah,
but
Kat,
everyone probably knew. Like it's not that big of a deal. But the thing is, as a different player, that might actually be a good thing because then if like Kat can't make it to the challenge, that's like more chance of them winning.
that's
You know
true.
what I mean?
That is kind of funny. Yeah, I mean that one challenge, Kat didn't go. Like
Exactly. So it's like more chance for me.
it's true.
And she's like athletic, so
Yeah. She can't army crawl, but you know, the army crawl uses your arms, and this challenge was, didn't use arms. So yeah,
exactly.
I feel like I thought that was so funny though, where like that's her literal, like the one time that Kat is like strategizing is because like I want to go to bed earlier. Like it's her whole. I swear this whole season, her whole thing is like I need to go to bed. I just want to get to bed. Remember when like they were talking about when they were splitting up, like who's gonna be on what tribe for like at the swap, and she was just like, I'm just gonna like agree to be in this tribe because I'm tired. I just want to go to bed.
Yeah.
Like literally so many times in the season, like, oh, I can't. She's in challenge because she has to go to bed.
Do we think that Kat and Austin would have gotten along because they both have early bedtimes?
They would have been the early bedtime alliance.
Exactly.
See that? They would just vote
I
on
can see that.
who has bad schedules.
They're both very different players and different people, but they're united on the bedtime.
They have very polar opposite views of Survivor. But in a way, it would kind of work where Austin would be like, "Don't you just love this game?" And Kat would be like, "No, I hate this game." Austin would be like, "You're so funny, Kat." Yeah.
But then they'd be like, "But it's bedtime for both of us."
Like, oh shoot, it's about 7:30.
It's like 9. So
go.
It's 7:30. Like, Austin has a Japanese class tomorrow morning. Kat has to get up early to work out.
Mm-hmm.
So they both call it a night.
They would immediately target Cassie and Nate.
Cassie would be a goner. Nate would be a goner. Bree.
Yeah, Bree
would be a goner.
Who was bad in our season for scheduling?
I think it was actually Mallory.
Mallory, that's right.
Yeah.
Mallory. Yep. And
like Kara from season 1. You just know it was Kara. Like I can't confirm for sure, but it was probably Kara.
Well, Jess, because Jess doesn't even care about her schedule.
Oh, sorry, I meant Jess.
Yeah, who has to go to her brother's football game. She would leave for the football game, make the challenge late, and then Kat and Austin just be like, that's it, you're gone.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, like, I think the contrary to the way the episode was edited was very much like trying to, I mean, it was kind of edited so that it was through Megan's perspective, where you're seeing this plan to take out Matthew, and you're kind of just like, oh, is it going to be Meghan or Matthew? When really, like, this whole Matthew plan was a big, like, elaborate scheme to get Matthew to play an idol. So the way their scheme went,
I feel like there wasn't much talk about trying to flush his idol, though. Like, I didn't even know that was a thing until he did that.
I think it was shown in the next time on Survivor, and it's shown a little bit more in the next episode. But like, basically, the plan was for Dale, for like Jackson and Dale and Shannon and Ivy, for them to tell Meghan and Nate that Matthew's going home. And they were hoping that Meghan would then go to Matthew and tell Matthew that his name had been tossed out. And then Matthew would get paranoid and play an idol. But what happened was, after they told Meghan, like, Jackson had that meeting with Meghan, he's like, oh, you're going to stay in that sinking ship? Like, if Matthew's going to go. And Meghan decided not to tell Matthew. And she was like, okay, like, screw Matthew. I'm just going to vote him off. So their plan, like, was banking on Meghan, like, leaking it to Matthew when, like, she didn't. And then that's when Dale had to go in last second and come to Matthew and be like, Matthew, like, everyone's against us. Like, it's crazy. You got to play an idol.
I know. I was like, when Dale was like, me and you are on the bottom, I was like, what?
The most ridiculous line that anyone has said this entire season. Dale,
Yeah, Dale being on the bottom. Like, I'm trying to picture. I wonder what Dale on the bottom would be like. Like Dale having to scramble, having no idols.
yeah, damn.
You
Yeah,
know,
one,
like Dale
yeah,
being like. I wonder how differently he would be. He would play.
yeah, like imagine at the merge if like Jack had somehow gotten like cobbled together this like Shannon and Matthew and they all like blindsided Jackson. And then like after that it was like Dale on the bottom with 2 idols. Like that would be so much fun to
But
watch.
that's still power, though. What if Dale on the bottom with no idols?
Oh, that'd be even crazier. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what he would do. He would just like be. I feel like he would be so chaotic. Like he would just do something
You
crazy.
think so? I feel like he'd be like very methodical and charismatic about it.
Well, he would, but I feel like he would also like, if he really thought he was a goner, I feel like he would do something like make up some elaborate lie, or I don't know. It's just like I can't even picture what that would be like. To be
I
honest.
kind of want to see it.
Yeah. Well, actually, yeah.
I hope we get to see it.
We'll see what happens throughout the rest of the season.
Yeah.
But like if yeah, I feel like it'd be really fun to watch a Dale like on the bottom, but with idols. So, like imagine Dale in this kind of scenario where everyone's against him, but he also has idols, and he's trying to do like doing this Tony like bag of tricks kind of stuff. I feel like I could definitely see him doing that, like wearing an idol around his neck, be like, "All right, like vote for me, guys. Like try your best."
Yeah, I could see that.
I feel like he would do stuff like that. But I don't know. All to say is that Matthew was not on the bottom as much as he thought. It's a pretty straightforward split between.
Oh wait, hold up. When Jackson was voting and he was like, Matthew, and he was like, I hope he heard that. Like what?
So
that's so funny.
So funny. And the cat spelled Nate with like N-E-T.
That's funny.
Because he spelled it her name with a K at the last.
Yeah.
I love like.
Which honestly, I feel like that's less of a blunder than the way she spelled his name.
That's true. But also
like cat with a K versus yeah.
That's true. That's true. She went a whole nother level. I kind of love like the random beef between Nate and Kat, because like we never see them interact really, but like they just both kind of hate each other.
Yeah. I honestly love the either one-sided feuds, which Shannon has a lot of, or the ones where like they just haven't even interacted and they hate each other. Honestly, I would have spelled it Knate with a silent K.
Wait.
Like his normal name with a K in the front.
Yeah.
It's all about the silent K.
The silent K.
Yeah.
That would be next level. You got to go on a season with Nate and then vote for him and do that. It's going to be on the season. It's going to be early risers. Early bedtime night owls.
That would be so funny.
What tribe would you be on? The early,
see, that's a good question because
early bedtime or the night owl tribe?
I'm like, honestly, I'm like both. I feel like I used to be more of an early riser, but I've become more of a night owl. But even though I go to bed like later than before, though, I still wake up early. Ooh. So I'd be like,
maybe there's a third tribe that's like you go to
Divergent.
Like then this is the no sleep tribe. Where,
no, but I need my sleep.
I feel like you're an early riser. You're a
okay, but what do we think?
You're no sleep.
You know what? I would put myself on the night owl. How late would you consider a night owl to stay up?
Like you go to bed at like past midnight consistently, like almost every night. Like probably more like you go to bed at like 1 or 2 most nights.
I wouldn't say 1 or 2. I'd say like midnight.
I feel like that's pretty average. It's pretty like
I get up at like 8.
That's like pretty in the middle. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
That's like you're just like team like standard sleep.
But how about this? It's like, would you prefer to stay up later past your bedtime or get up earlier before normal people? I'd prefer to stay up. So I would myself a night owl.
You're a night owl tribe. Tribe. I can see that. Yeah.
Like I get up early because I kind of have to, and my time clock is like set up that way.
Yeah, it's like how'd you do it if you did it like normally?
Exactly. Like if I would sleep in and stay up late.
Kat would definitely go to bed at 7
Yeah.
if she could choose to do so.
You're definitely a night owl.
I would be the Night Owl tribe. Yeah. We would dominate Night Owl tribe in the bad schedule people. Kathy and Nate and Jess. So yeah, all the votes come in, and sadly,
It's just
we
Meghan.
our friend Meghan.
Shout out to Brittany though.
Oh yeah, Matthew goes and plays his idol. Yeah.
Wait, what did he say? He was like, "This is for Brittany," or was it the one that they made?
I think it's the one they made together.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember. Was that on like in the episode?
Yeah, he was like, "This is like," I think he said it's the one they made together.
Well, that's the thing. I was like, yeah, I was trying to remember. Was like it on the episode when they made it together? Like, I feel like I feel like it's a buried memory from season 1.
I don't really remember them making it together, but I have no doubt that it happened.
Aw.
Yeah.
Cute. Love Brittany. Got a nice shout out for Brittany. And there we go. Meghan's gone. 8th place. Best place. We were both voted off in the same day. Super random. March 26th.
Wait, really?
1 year apart. Yeah.
That's kind of weird. And you both got 8th.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it makes sense. The games like started around the same time and like.
But what are the odds? Also, the fact that you know that.
I think I remember that because like, I
was it Snapchat memories?
Yeah, and I got voted off on my mom's birthday. March 26th. And then,
that makes sense.
Yeah, it's the same thing. So, rip to Meghan.
Rip.
So I don't know. Do you think there was much that she really could have done to like save herself this episode?
I mean, I think she did everything she could have.
She tried to seduce Jackson,
Exactly. She tried to seduce. She tried to get the necklace. She talked to everyone who probably would talk to her. She tried to get the votes onto Matthew, right?
Mm-hmm. Seducing Jackson failed 2 out of 2 times. I would not recommend it as a strategy.
Yeah. Jackson will not cape for anyone.
No. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if I guess like maybe we can get into it more of the eulogy, but like I wonder if maybe she, by this point in the game, she was a little bit screwed and she kind of had to play differently previous to that. It was I don't know. It was tough. She didn't really have a great relationship with Jackson and Dale, or with Dale specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Remember how like that one episode she was just like told Dale to his face like, yeah, like you and Jackson are running the game, and Dale really did not like that. Like you had it out for her after that.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely things she could have done going back, but this week itself, it was like it was kind of hard to get out of that situation. It really unless she like knew Dale had idols and like tried to make a deal with him.
Do you think there's a way she could have like somehow pushed it onto Nate? Like
probably.
She made up some crazy story about Katie last time, or she kind of like really threw Katie under the bus. Like, you think she?
The only thing is Nate has Ivy.
It's true. Ivy really has been protecting Nate. Like,
yeah,
her having his back I feel like has been so big because every time someone tries to vote off Nate, like which happens like every episode, I feel like Ivy's always like, no, let's not do that.
Yeah. Do you think that's the reason why he's the last Del Norte?
I think
connection with Ivy.
Oh, I definitely think so. I feel like he could have been gone. Like if Ivy wasn't protecting him, he might have even been gone. Like when Jack was voted off, or like when Katie. Like I feel like there's plenty of weeks where like he could have been the person.
Yeah, you know how Ivy's Chiron is often knows Nate. It should be the other way around. It should be knows Ivy.
Knows Ivy. For real. Nate. Also, Nate's the I mean, Nate. Also, I feel like he's the decently big threat. Like he's the puzzle. Oh yeah. The biggest challenge.
The puzzle master.
He already is like he won an immunity and he already like won that one other challenge at the swap. But he's the last Norte standing.
I know how that feels, you know?
Yeah, right? Sad.
It's very sad and it's all your own fault. Well, it was not really his fault that much.
I think it's a little bit hilarious that he's the last Del Norte left.
Yeah, like who would have expected that at the beginning?
I know, like from the first episode, you would watch it and think like, oh, this kid's gone first. Like impression video, like Ben's like, yeah, Nate walked in eating his mac and cheese, and he was being like super like patronizing, and like he knew from the beginning. So let's
Eulogize.
Eulogize. Yep, that's right. All right.
Well, she came in immediately a fan favorite because she's just so nice, so rootable. She was straight up at the top for most of the beginning. But then things just went downhill. And I mean, she still stayed true to herself, true to the game. Did not ever go down without a fight. And we love that.
Yeah. I really love how like Meghan like kind of evolved throughout the game, because I feel like at the beginning she did seem a little bit like kind of like timid, a little like she was kind of on the outside of like the alliance. But like I feel like it really changed like at that Ben vote, where she was really the only person that benefited from Ben going home. Like almost every game did not. I think everybody else on the tribe did not benefit from that, and Meghan was the only one that did.
Didn't people call it the Meghan missiles?
Yeah, missile. No, I feel like she really made a name for herself. Like she made a good cross-tribe alliance with Jackson.
True. Even though it didn't really end up benefiting her that much.
No, it didn't. But
it still happened.
It happened, and I feel like it's always good to have connections on the other side.
Yeah.
Everyone liked her. Like everyone loved Meghan. She made it to like being one of the last two El Norte standing. Like that.
I mean, if she had made it to the end, she probably would have won. Absolutely.
I feel like Meghan's big thing is that she, some of her moves did not make complete, like.
True.
Some of her moves, did not make complete sense. Like her telling Jackson about the Returning Alliance was really bad. That was very bad. Like, let's not forget about how that basically screwed over Jack and Eliza.
Right, but everything in hindsight.
Yeah.
In the moment, she was, the baby blues.
The baby blues. You can So, and I feel like she maybe could have had some better bonds with. Yeah, honestly, I think that Meghan was a very loyal player, which is like made her really likable, easy to root for. Like a lot of people trusted her, but she was maybe a little bit too loyal to Jack and Camila. Like where. Like she kind of like saved them, which I mean that was a good move with the Ben vote, but it did also implode El Norte. And then thinking later on, Jack was definitely a sinking ship in the merge, and I feel like maybe she could have done better if she had thrown him under the bus like Katie and Nate did, instead of like attaching herself to him. And made some more inroads with like Shannon and Dale and the rest of Tokidoki. At the same time, like I can't blame her too much for that. Like I don't know if any of those El Nortes were gonna break through Tokidoki. Like they all tried and they just couldn't do it.
Old school, as Cooper likes to talk about.
Yeah, the old school. So I think Meghan did just about as well as she could have in the situation she was in. I would really like to see her play again, see what she's made of, because I feel like everyone, honestly, I want to see everyone on
everything like in a different scenario.
Because they all like, I just feel so bad that like their tribe would just suck so much that I felt like all of them just didn't have that much of a chance. Like they tried, that Nate still left. We'll see what happens. And they all like did make their own mistakes as to why they lost. But I feel like El Norte just started at such a disadvantage in this game. So it was just tough for all of them.
Yeah.
Meghan definitely made a big mark in the season, so good for her. Followed her way into everyone's hearts.
That was cute.
Yeah.
All right. Time to rank.
8th place rankings.
This is like super hard.
This is a hard one.
Man, I wish Jack was here. Should we wait for Jack to be here? Or because like, is it just gonna be me and you talking about like you? Oh, no, it's not you. You know what I mean.
Place.
Actually, you know what? I think it's fine because you didn't play this season. Whereas Jack, it was like his vote out.
Oh, that's true.
You're just one. Like, it's whatever.
Jack was like arguing for himself. It was kind of fun.
Yeah, exactly.
So the current rankings, and honestly, like, I'm not at this point, like, my season 2 game, it was okay. It wasn't great. I'm not going to pretend like it was the best game ever. We have Eliza in first for 8th place, myself in second, and we have Akshay in third.
Should we like rank the hosts? Like George, Cooper, Akshay?
That'd be fun to do. We should do that
like later. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like that. This is Akshay get an honorable mention.
Exactly.
Yeah, that'd be funny. So Meghan versus Akshay for 8th place.
You know, they're very different people.
Yeah.
I would say first of all, I want to start by saying all 4 of them, all 4 of y'all 8th placers, amazing players, great like characters as well.
It's a great group. It's a good group. So Akshay's game, what do I remember about it? I mean, the thing that sticks out to me is him going to Rocks after Tarowski convinced him about that title and that whole situation, which was not great. But that's not to say that Akshay is a bad player, because he definitely had a lot of strengths and like good things about his game too.
And he was like a freshman.
Yeah. I think that Akshay, he had that alliance with Lavana and Cooper. Didn't he kind of like? Didn't he didn't wasn't he a part of that big crazy tribal council that Matthew got voted off? I feel like he was in that one. I just don't know.
I'm actually having a hard time.
I'm having a hard time with this one because I'm trying to like think about Meghan's main, like, what are Meghan's main mistakes in the game that held her back from winning? And like
hers was, I think it was being too loyal to certain people.
Yeah.
It was talking too much at times.
Yeah, definitely that too.
I mean, did Akshay also talk too much at times?
I don't know if I remember him, if that being his bigger thing. I just feel like I remember him going to Rocks made no sense. Like, that honestly is still, I feel like we talked for a very long time on the podcast about that move and how it pretty much was like mind blowing. Like, we just don't understand why he did it. Do you kind of remember how like it was his side? It was like Kara and like,
I do remember those.
I don't even remember who the people were that were getting votes, to be honest. But it was like 5 versus 5, and it was 6-4. And because Tarowski was like, "Oh, I have this idol that I'll give you after the vote," and then Akshay flipped and went to Rocks, and the idol was like fake. Like,
yeah,
I just remember being like, that was just pretty. I don't think Meghan made a mistake that bad in her season. Like, her biggest mistake was telling Jackson about the Returney Alliance.
That's true.
You can see too that she was doing it because she wanted to gain.
She wanted to gain his trust, exactly.
And she also was like, didn't really want the Returney Alliance to be a thing. Like, she didn't trust Matthew and Eliza.
Okay.
So I feel like there's a somewhat logical explanation for that versus Akshay's. I remember. I mean, there seems to be somewhat of a reason for why he did it, but I don't know if it's as good of a reason. Also, the way that Akshay went out, wasn't it kind of like he almost kind of basically quit? Versus like Meghan was kind of scrawling, what am I saying? Like clawing and scratching to survive the whole time.
Okay, I mean, I'm fine with putting Meghan above Akshay.
That's just my like gut. Do you have any like counter arguments to that? Because like,
no, I agree. Because like I'm trying to think, like, I do think Meghan made smaller mistakes and was also dealt a worse hand in some situations.
Yeah.
Although the whole Tarowski Thal thing kind of sucked too for Akshay.
Yeah. I will say that Akshay probably had more control over like his tribe than Meghan ever did. Like, I don't know if Meghan ever really had control of the tribe except for like one tribal council.
That's true.
Like when Ben went home was probably the only time.
Like, didn't Akshay have Lavana under his wing?
Oh, he definitely did.
Mhm.
Meghan never had I mean, she had Jack and Camila very, very loyal to her, but it wasn't like it wasn't. If anything, it was like a mutual like alliance versus like for Akshay's, it was more like he had the
Yeah,
and like influence
exactly.
what Lana did. So I do want to give him that. Like I feel like he positioned himself better in his original tribe than Meghan did.
I agree. It's like super close.
I think it is pretty close. I think it's fair to say that she probably does not go above me.
Who?
Meghan.
Yeah.
Like I think it's definitely she's either third or fourth.
Mm.
I think I would probably go with Meghan above Akshay, but I don't want to like. It's the thing. Every time we put somebody in fourth, and that doesn't mean that we think that they were bad, or like, because I feel like Akshay still ranks higher than a lot of people that play the game. Like I feel like that's the thing.
Oh no, it's just like within the placements, and 8th place is a hard one to place in.
I feel like we're getting to the point where it's like by the time you get to like whatever final 8, 7, 6, 5, like you're getting a lot of good players. So it's like someone's got to be third, fourth, whatever. So locking it in.
Let's lock it in.
We have final rankings of 8th place. Eliza in first, staying at first, never going to be touched. We have me in second. We have Meghan in third, and we have Akshay in fourth.
Wait, what did Eliza rank her second time?
What did what?
Eliza ranked second time.
Okay, this is one that me and Jack thought was pretty controversial, and we were wondering what you thought about it because we put for 11th place season 1 Matthew in first, season 4 Eliza in second, season 3 Ben in third, and then Sheedy in fourth.
Oh wow, that's a hard one.
Yeah, it's like all returnees from different seasons. Like it's so confusing. But I think our reason
that is so confusing.
Matthew in season 1, we were saying that like he got voted off because of a kind of a fluke, like crazy thing. Like his alliance, he was set up pretty well for the merge, whereas Eliza, like we were saying, yes, she set herself up very well for the merge, but she had a chance to save herself. Like
yeah, she had an idol.
Well, yeah, she had an idol. Plus, Katie came to her and Matthew first and said, "I want to make a move with you guys and put off Jackson or Dale," and she kind of blew Katie off. But that was more of an egregious mistake than like Matthew kind of getting screwed over by like idols.
I agree.
So I feel like that was a tough one too, though, because like Eliza, if she had made the merge, I feel like she had a very good chance of winning. And I don't know if season 1 Matthew had as good of a chance, but I feel like you got to go to like how did that person get voted off, and like if they got voted off because of a really dumb mistake, I feel like that's gotta count for something.
Yeah.
So there we go.
There we go.
All right, we only have 3 episodes left. That's insane.
Is it only 3? Oh yeah, it's only 3. Wow. Well, I hope some moves are made.
Yeah, let's hope and pray that something happens.
Because the audience is getting disgruntled.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Don't worry. These last 3 episodes are much more exciting than the previous 3. I think this season ends very well, and there's a lot of great stuff to look forward to. So excited to talk about it, and excited to see everyone's reactions. So good stuff. Hopefully Jack got some good snacks.
Hopefully. Well, I'll have to ask Jack what he got from the market.
Oh, definitely. All right.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.